in the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Matt Lauer, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee.
And I'm Hoda.
And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
In the Mix.
Welcome to this premiere episode of In the Mix live from New York City. Coming at you from the new legendary cutting room. I'm your host, Gina Jordan, and I am extremely excited. This is our season 2 premiere episode. Woo! I love our new set. It's the Today Show in the middle of a burlesque club, right? It's pretty freaking cool. I think so. So what makes the legendary cutting room so legendary? Well, the original cutting room is located on West 24th Street, and hundreds of celebrities have performed there, including Gwyneth Paltrow, Norah Jones, Sheryl Crow, and Kid Rock. Today we're sitting here in the new cutting room located at 32nd Street and Park Avenue, thanks to the cutting room owners, Steve Walter and Chris Noth. That's right, aka Mr. Big.
Is that what you want?
I want you.
First, you fell in love with Carrie, then you learned to love Mr. Big, played by actor Chris Noth. Noth is also currently in production on season 5 of The Good Wife, the hit show on CBS, coming out later this season.
Just one more quick thing. Jackie is firing another caretaker. Have you got any other references?
Sorry, no. Hey, is it a woman, the one she's firing?
Yeah, why?
Try a man.
And in his latest film project, Lovelace, Noth stars alongside Amanda Seyfried, Peter Sarsgaard, and Juno Temple.
You made me beautiful.
Here I am with the owners of the cutting room, Steve Walter and Chris Noth. Give it up, guys. Look what we got in the house. In the Mix is premiering season 2 right here in the cutting room. Thank you to you both. Thank you very much. This is the new legendary cutting room. Where did you guys go for 2 years?
Looking for a space and doing construction was a living hell.
It was trying to get this thing open for him was, we almost died.
The old couch.
Yeah, it was a nightmare
awesome.
Trying to get this built.
But this place is incredible.
We still want to make this room a little more homey living room kind of. We're tweaking it.
The chandelier is how many guitars is that?
18 Fender Stratocasters.
18 Fender chandelier.
There's a whole upstairs that's fabulous that we haven't actually put to use yet for once we get packed to the gills.
You guys can't see right now, but there's people all over. It really has a great energy here, a great feeling. You guys are going to have shows. You guys are open 7 days a week, right?
Some Sundays, not all Sundays yet. We hope to do a Sunday brunch with the string quartet.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. That'd be cool.
We'd like to get the Monday Night Jam back where, was it Letterman's or Conan O'Brien's band?
Conan O'Brien guys, but now they're over.
They're in LA, but we get, one of them and just people who play instruments or sing come and jam. And we got Broadway night, for Broadway singers. But again, we're just starting to, we've been absent for 2 years, so it's...
Yeah, we've had Billy Joel here, Judy Collins, Emmylou Harris.
How did you guys come together? Because it's a pretty cool story of how the cutting room started.
We met through the accountant. We were both small investors at the time. We both loved music, so we got involved. The people who were running it just didn't do anything, so we just...
It started out as a disaster, and a total disaster, because the original partners were kind of idiots. And Steve basically took over, and then contacted me and said, I'm going to get this thing going, because it was going into a fast grave. And basically, the cutting room is, Steve's responsible for the cutting room. I kind of tagged along and said, I'll help any way I can. I'll give it as much publicity as I can through the different shows I'm doing. But the creation and the work, right here.
Some of the original performers that have graced the stage at the original cutting room were?
Lady Gaga got signed there. Gavin DeGraw had a residency. John Legend when he was John Stevens. Norah Jones. Cool. Sheryl Crow with Kid Rock, Gwyneth Paltrow. Kenny Rankin, Carly Simon, Jimmy Webb, Judy Collins, Stephen Bishop.
Buddy Miles.
John Mayer hit our Monday Night Jam, right? Buddy Miles came with Stanley Jordan.
Stephen Stills came and Graham Nash. A lot of indie bands and just really everything. And then big acts would often just come late and kind of want to play music. I think it's kind of rare now because music's such a business for people to want to jam, you know, and just come and jam in a small place.
Well, you said it, music is a business. We're not happy with the business it's become. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, well, I think I can say that we wanted the cutting room to represent the feeling we had growing up, which was music was such an integral part of our lives and a unifying element.
Steve is a Berkeley graduate. Did you play an instrument?
No, I just got high a lot and listened to music.
He has good taste in music, though.
What are you guys trying to make of the evenings here?
You want to create a feeling of some kind of a community. Why Elaine's was so great is that you knew any night that you went there, you'd find someone there that you knew, and then there was always someone unexpected coming in because they knew it was available to them, and Elaine created an atmosphere where she'd stay open and for people to sit and talk and get drunk or not get drunk, but it wasn't transient.
Yes.
Instead of creating a home for the neighborhood of Manhattan, you know, and
it was like a Cheers.
It's a really hard thing to do, and we've just started here. I mean, I think Steve's main thing that he's created so far is a place for live music. This room, I would like to see become, you know, as we move on, that kind of feeling where people can come and hang out. That's really what a great tavern is, you know?
Absolutely. We're going into our season 2 of In the Mix. We're going to be highlighting acts that are here. This whole entire first episode is all about how Joan Rivers used to perform at the old Cutting Room. I think we talked about a lot of names, but Joan Rivers performed at the original Cutting Room weekly, Steve, is that true?
Every Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Every Wednesday she did a stand-up act, right?
Yeah, kept her chops in her.
Any chance you think you'd get Joan to perform here again?
Oh, sure.
Yeah?
She's bi-coastal a lot now because she has the 2 TV shows, but sure.
We're open to anything almost, except pornography. Well,
we're going to let you guys go and play, but thank you for having us. Guys, give a round of applause. Chris, Noth, Steve, thank you very much, guys. Don't move because still to come, Joan Rivers, Fred Schneider from the B-52s, and Debbie Harry. Later in the show, we have the legendary coach from the UK X Factor, Mark Hudson, and his protege, Madame Mayhem. So don't move.
In the mix. When you've got an LG TV and soundbar, you've got everything you need to do March right. And that means everyone will want to come over and watch with you.
Nice party.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be on?
I got till halftime.
Visit lg.com/NCAA or participating retailers today for great deals.
This episode of In the Mix is presented by LG. Life's good.
In the Mix.
Welcome back to this episode of In the Mix live from New York City, coming at you from the new legendary Cutting Room. I'm your host, Gina Jordan. Now, if you're wondering who stopped by at the new Cutting Room, how about Justin Timberlake, Lady Gaga, and the one and only Joan Rivers, who performed live right here to support a worthy cause.
Come on, can we talk?
Joan Rivers, Emmy winner, best-selling author, Harvard's Woman of the Year, a multi-million-dollar brand, from her QVC collection to her best-selling books. Rivers is one of the most successful comedians still standing today.
The greatest comedian on the planet!
Rivers has a showbiz career that spans over 60 years. The 79-year-old remains busier than ever and admits the only way she sleeps is when she takes cat naps in between performances.
I never cooked when I was single because I figured if the Lord wanted a woman to cook, he'd give her aluminum hands.
Rivers' first TV appearance on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson turned into a steady stand-up gig and eventually evolved into Carson's co-host. In '86, Rivers ended up hosting her own late-night show on Fox, competing in the ratings head-to-head with Carson's Tonight Show. Today, Rivers is going into her 3rd season of her wildly successful series Fashion Police on E!, which is a spin-off from the '96 Live from the Red Carpet franchise.
She was a double whammy, a terrible dress and a bad hair day. I thought nobody can have that at the same time except maybe Drew Barrymore.
If that wasn't enough, Rivers recently wrapped up the 3rd season of her reality show with her daughter, Joan and Melissa. Joan Knows Best.
I don't know why Melissa carries on how hard it is to be an executive producer. You want to know the truth? Being an executive producer is as easy as Paris Hilton during Fleet Week.
Rivers never lost touch with her fans and her innate ability to make people laugh. For decades, she performed stand-up weekly in New York City's original West Side Cutting Room until the Cutting Room closed down in 2009.
This is my message. Looks count. Education.
Joan recently hit the new Cutting Room for a special appearance.
Yes, my old alma mater, and it's the new Cutting Room, and it's beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous down to those copper wires? This place has been completely gutted.
Yeah, and the dressing rooms, we have real dressing rooms for a change. The old dressing rooms, it was you and 3 rats.
They've upgraded. Now it's only 1 rat.
Somewhere. Rat.
I'm making jokes to Joan Rivers. Do you believe that?
That's good because I'm always nervous before a show, so I'm glad you're doing jokes.
Joan, who doesn't apologize for her anything but ladylike, raunchy, rebellious humor, revealed her vulnerable side when she came out to support her dear friend, Fashion Police writer, and famous drag queen, world performer, Jackie Beat.
You're here for a friend tonight, Jackie Beat. She does not have health insurance, which is like the majority of people in the arts business, in any part of the arts business. So why'd you come out tonight to support her?
Because Jackie needs 2 new hips. And I think it's a great way to raise the money. He/she is an amazing performer, and how wonderful to be able to do a little something and get your friend hips.
And get your friend hips. Now, what? That was good. She didn't.
How many people can get their friend a pair of hips?
Dressed in a pink and green fairy tale costume, Blondie's leading lady, Debbie Harry, came out to help raise money for Jackie.
Yes, 2 hips for Jackie. All the girls need their hips.
Yes, we do. We need hips.
We need our hips.
50,000. Is that a normal price for hips? I don't know. I feel like that sounds like it's not a lot of money for hips, but
I really don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but I know that it's a very successful operation. You know, there's a great deal of I guess statistics that, you know, it's very successful.
Fred Schneider of the B-52s also came out to show his support for Jackie and anyone suffering without health insurance.
Isn't it unbelievable that hysterical, really talented people don't have health insurance? Is that even...
Well, I'm for single payer. Everyone should have health insurance.
Absolutely, absolutely. $50,000 for 2 hips. So she's trying to raise money tonight, which is why you came out.
And I heard she might get a spare one, too, just in case.
Where would she keep it?
She's just, you know, in the closet.
Several other Cutting Room regulars, including comedian Murray Hill, had some ideas for fundraising of their own.
It is $50,000, and I think if everybody here, especially the performers, just turned in their bottles of prescription pills, that would be at least $100,000.
Miss Jackie turned humble when we asked about her famous guests.
It's so difficult to accept the reality that everyone's here for me, all joking aside.
Well, maybe not all joking aside.
Love, hysterical. You have such amazing...
No, I have a restraining order.
You have such amazing friends, and they do all love you. Debbie Harry, we just said hi to her quickly. Joan Rivers, Murray Hill. Nobody would come for me for hips, yes. Let alone a drink. Let's be honest.
Yes, they would. Even if you just got every guy you ever. Whoops. That's private.
You can join Joan, Debbie, Fred, and friends. Help Miss Jackie Beat dance again by donating any amount of dollars to Jackie's double hip surgery.
It's this thing called Give Forward, and it's almost like a Kickstarter for medical bills, and it can stay up for 4 months, and it's only been up maybe 3 weeks.
Rivers, who's no stranger to surgery, urged fans to donate whatever they can. Meanwhile, Joan is busy performing live and promoting her latest project with a new web series, In Bed with Joan.
You have a show we heard about that's happening in bed? Is this for real?
Yeah, it's on the internet starting this Wednesday. It's called In Bed with Joan, and you see it by going to inbedwithjoan.com. Internet, totally my show. uncensored. My first guest is Sarah Silverman, and
I
we
love her. A nice. She always called me a vanilla Jew. I love her. She's not
so brilliant. She's so smart.
How'd you get her for first guest? That's a good one.
We're good friends, and I just said, you want to come sit in bed with me and talk? Because people tell each other the truth in bed, you know? So we sit in bed and we talk. We had a great time.
Apparently, Joan is best in bed. Don't expect to see Joan on the red carpet anytime soon.
How come we didn't see you on the red carpet at the Oscars? Everybody misses you.
I don't do the red carpet because you have to lie. Everybody stands around and says, don't you look beautiful? And that's why Fashion Police is #1 now on E, because we tell the truth.
The truth and Donald Trump is what catapulted Joan back into the public eye.
You are a piece of and you're a stupid blonde. That's simple.
Rivers, who won the Celebrity All-Star Apprentice series last season, is back. And in between her 20 projects, found the time to make a special appearance as an all-star celebrity judge.
This is where I have to be, and I'm going to show up.
But this time, she's on the other side of the table.
How do you have the time to have another show?
Because all my shows interconnect. Fashion Police, which is on Friday night on E, leads into Joan and Melissa, which is on Saturday night on We, and then on Joan and Melissa we do In Bed with Joan. It's all, you know, it's reached the point now where everything is so interconnected.
That's how it should be, cross-promotion. You know about cross-promotion.
And who better to know about cross-promotion? And that's the Senior VP of Marketing at LG, James Fishler. Woo! Welcome to our Set It in the Mix. What do you think?
Awesome.
What exactly do you do as the Senior VP at LG?
I get asked that question a lot, Gina. I'm the head of marketing for LG Electronics USA and work every day to demonstrate how LG products make life good for many people. And we do that by leveraging our technology, solving problems for people, and making their life easier and even sometimes fun. And we do it across appliances, electronics, and even mobile phones. It really is a great gig.
One of the things we like to do here on In the Mix is bring people like you on board and get that sort of behind the scenes feel. We've been talking about Joan Rivers all day. We love Joan Rivers. The fact that Joan won the Celebrity Apprentice really was a resurgence for her in her career. She's touring now around the world, and now she's coming back tomorrow night to be a judge, but you're actually starring in the Celebrity Apprentice episode that airs tomorrow night as a judge with Joan Rivers.
I am.
How did that happen?
I'm a big fan of Celebrity Apprentice. As a matter of fact, back in 2004, I almost personally auditioned to be on the show. So big fan. A lot of people at LG are fans too, and we jumped at the opportunity to participate.
Celebrity Apprentice has a contest with a brand weekly, and this is the All-Star Celebrity Apprentice, which stars Gary Busey, Stephen Baldwin, Lisa Rinna,
Lil Jon,
that's right,
Penn from Penn and Teller,
that's right,
and some others. But you can go to LG's Facebook page right now and look at a little clip and discover who else is on the episode.
In every episode of All-Star Celebrity Apprentice, the celebrities are competing. They team up and they compete with each other in a specific contest, which at some point has a brand involved. That's where LG comes in. Could you give us any little spoiler of what the contest is or what it's about, or any spoilers?
I can share with you that we've asked the celebrities to help tell our brand story using our home appliances, our entertainment products, and our mobile phones. I can also tell you they don't disappoint. They're certainly competing and they're doing it for charity, but they also really want to win. But the Donald himself has sworn me to secrecy, and so you're gonna have to tune in tomorrow night, NBC, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to know a little more of the dirt, you can go to LG's Facebook page while you're watching the episode tomorrow night and participate in a live chat with Joan Rivers while her and I are watching the episode together. You can interact with Joan Rivers live, talking about some of the behind the scenes during the filming of the episode. A truly unique experience. I can tell you, if they ask the right questions, there's some really good stories that Joan may share.
Hashtag LG Apprentice, or go to the LG Facebook and you guys can be a part of that conversation. James, people can ask you questions as well, right?
Absolutely.
Can you say who the third judge is? There's another, aren't there usually 3 judges when it comes to a contest?
There are 3 judges. It's Ivanka Trump, myself, and Joan Rivers. And meeting Joan Rivers was a real pleasure. She's exactly what you see on TV. She's as witty as ever and really kept me laughing the whole time we filmed. As a matter of fact, she kept asking me, when is LG gonna make a white TV? So I offered her a can of spray paint, but I don't think that's exactly what she had in mind.
Did you get a chance to meet Donald?
I did. I worked directly with Donald Trump. He is a consummate professional. He owns his brand, and it was amazing to watch.
Who are you rooting for? I want to know who he's rooting for.
I always tend to root for the underdog, and I'll tell you now, this episode absolutely has an underdog.
Once the Celebrity Apprentice episode airs tomorrow night, do you think that you'd come back on set here at the cutting room and you can give us maybe a real insider behind the scenes? Would that be possible, James?
Gina, I'd love to do it, but you gotta bring back my new friend, Joan Rivers.
Can we make that happen? Somebody, hello, call Joan's people, have my people call Joan's people. What do you guys think? Do you like that idea? Do you like it? All right, we're gonna try to make that happen. And we're all gonna tune in. Everybody here in Mixx is gonna tune in. We're gonna go to the LG Facebook site. We're gonna be able to go and tweet live with Joan tomorrow night, so don't forget, hashtag LG Apprentice. Go talk to Joan, go talk to James. Tune into the episode 9 p.m. tomorrow night on NBC. That's Eastern Standard Time. It's a 2-hour special, 9 to 11. Are you guys all gonna watch or what? Yeah, we're gonna watch. Let's give it. Thank you so much, James, for being here today. Thank you. It was a lot of fun to have James. And still to come in this premiere episode, we have the legendary UK X Factor coach, Mark Hudson, and his protege rocker, Madame Mayhem. So don't move.
In the mix. When you've got an LG TV and soundbar, you've got everything you need to do March right. And that means everyone will want to come over and watch with you.
Nice party.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be on?
I got till halftime.
Visit lg.com/NCAA or participating retailers today for great deals.
This episode of In the Mix is presented by LG. Life's good.
In the Mix.
Welcome back to our premiere episode of In the Mix, coming to you live from the legendary cutting room. I'm Gina Jordan.
Mark Hudson with the Party Boys and the Tramp.
Well, this episode should be 6 degrees of Joan Rivers. X Factor guest coach and the legendary musician, writer, producer Mark Hudson was the in-house band leader on Fox's The Late Show, starring who else? Joan Rivers. Joan referred to the band as Mark Hudson, the Party Boys, and the Tramp. ITM recently captured Hudson in some behind-the-scenes action. Here's ITM's Artist of the Week, Mark Hudson, and his protege, Madame Mayhem.
Go. Bridge.
You're just a phase, gotta pick me up off the ground.
You may recognize this rainbow bearded dude as a guest coach on the hit UK version of the series X Factor.
If you hear the ABBA music, sometimes their lyrics have its own rhythm, which is not necessarily English friendly.
Yet Mark Hudson is more than just a rainbow weird beard.
I can't spell and I'm bad at math. I'm bad at math too. I'm a good kisser, and it's downhill after that.
Hudson is the man behind the lyrics and melodies of several famous faces in rock and roll, including Ringo Starr of the Beatles, Bon Jovi, Ozzy Osbourne, Aerosmith, and Hanson.
When it comes to music, look out. I worked with a Beatle. I worked with the Prince of Darkness. I worked with Aerosmith. Yeah, I hung out with him. He was like everything to me.
Today, the Grammy-winning artist, now 61 years young, has made New York City his home base, where he lives with his girlfriend, Melissa.
This is my better half, Melissa.
Melissa. She's my favorite person.
Recently, Hudson is playing mentor to several new artists, including Madame Mayhem, who currently has a residency at the Cutting Room. ITM caught up with Hudson and Mayhem before a recent performance.
You know what it was? I was doing this seminar, and all the students had 3 songs to be prepared. And I was in a room with a band, and there were all the students, and I saw her, and first her look attracted me because she's so pale she almost doesn't have features. All black and kind of goth with that glove, standing there with her mom. And she just, had her crumpled up paper with all the lyrics, and she was like, put me in, put me in.
This rock and roll duo even created a ditty in honor of Mr. Paul McCartney.
We have a surprise for Paul McCartney.
Yeah, we do. Paul McCartney wrote this beautiful song that won a Grammy this year called My Valentine. What if it rained? And it's great. So it was Valentine's Day and we were playing, and I said to Mayhem, I said, let's do My Valentine. She goes, but it sounds like, you know, big band like 1938.
Right.
Not when I'm done with it. So I rearranged it almost to sound like Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne.
We
so
just finished recording
great.
it.
We recorded it. So I'm going to send it to Paul, and he will thumb me forever. Oh, Mom, brilliant, My Valentine, Mom.
Now, there is one thing Mark promised during rehearsal. Let's see if he's a man of his word.
On the first live show, can I wear a thong?
Please. I'm sorry, Mark. What did you say? First live show, you're going to wear a thong?
I am, just for you. No, you're not her.
Not
me.
him.
Let's welcome Mark Hudson and Madame Mayhem to the In the Mix set. Woo! Now, I'm going to remind the two of them a little promise that was made not too long ago. It involves this, all right? Can you guys see this? Huh? Can you see it? Can you see it? This is a cutting room thong. And Mark, if you recall, you did say that if we were live here at the cutting room, you were going to sport this thong on set. So here you go. Yes. Here you go, sir.
You guys talk amongst yourselves, well, I thong myself.
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
I'm a man with no fear.
I love it. Are you getting this? He's a man of his word.
It looks sexy.
That was so much fun being able to watch you guys behind the scenes during a rehearsal here at the cutting room.
Yes.
You, Madame Mayhem, Miss Mayhem, you have a residency here. You've been performing here live for several weeks, right, at the cutting room?
Yes, since January. We've been doing this residency and it's been awesome.
How cool is this place?
This venue is awesome.
Rock and roll is a feeling. This place feels like rock and roll.
Absolutely.
So when you look at the stage, you could imagine Keith Richards. In fact, Earl Slick came and played with us this last Friday, and that's what it's supposed to be, is a bunch of people having fun in an arena that lets you have fun.
You were a coach on the UK X Factor. What was that experience like?
Well, I mean, obviously you're with Simon Cowell, and I think personally that he's underrated. And Simon Cowell will look at there and say, you know what, you're this and you're that. And maybe it's a bit strong-armed, but he's right on. And if you are someone that wants it badly enough, like Mayhem did, because I wasn't easy on her. I learned from Simon. I beat her up a couple of times and she'd go, okay, and she'd come back stronger and better. Sharon Osbourne was my teammate, and that was such a joy. I have never met a woman as incredible as she is. That was 3 years that propelled me into doing what I'm doing now.
This entire episode is around the cutting room. It's our premiere episode, so we're so happy to have you guys here. What was it like to work with Joan Rivers? We love Joan Rivers here. This whole episode is pretty much about Joan Rivers.
I was her Paul Schaefer, her Doc Severinsen, and I was on the show with her until it was no longer.
Do you remember what the name of your band was at the time?
Mark Hudson, the Party Boys, and a Tramp. Because we had one girl that played saxophone, so it was the Party Boys and a Tramp. I was the worst musician in my own band.
There's a new album, ladies and gentlemen, White Noise. Tell me a little bit about White Noise.
We have Earl Slick, Rudy Sarzo, Elliot Easton, and John Moyer all on the record. So it's
awesome.
Been awesome. Yeah. And some other really cool musicians as well.
And these people don't play for anybody.
Right.
So, you know, they wanted to hear the songs before they would commit. And it's great because it's a girl doing rock music. And you can't really name a lot of them.
Honestly, all the time that we've spent together since we first met and working together, and just having him not only as being the legend and rock star that he is, but also he's been my mentor, he's taught me. We've really become such a family, I would say.
Where can we see you performing next?
Here at the Cutting Room. The next two shows are May 11th at 10 p.m. and May 24th at 10 p.m.
So if you want to catch Hudson in action, Madame Mayhem and her band, you want to see her performing live here at the Cutting Room, you got to be here in May 11th and the 24th, 10 p.m.
Yep.
And they can get tickets online?
They can get tickets online, either on the Cutting Room site, or I'll have a link on my website as well, MadameMayhem.com.
So go to MadameMayhem.com for tickets. We're so happy that the incredible Mark Hudson and Madame Mayhem came here on set in our first kickoff episode. A big hand. Thank you guys so much for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you and you and you in the mix. Woo! Woo-hoo!